What is up, YouTube? Four Leaf Cards here. I just lost Dustin. Oh, he's back. Dustin, are you there?
I'm here.
All right, man. You gotta love technical difficulties. You popped out just as I hit the go live button. So here we are with some technical difficulties right out of the gate, but that's okay. We're gonna make it happen. We got some nice beers on tap, if you will, pun intended. So we're gonna roll with it. So. Certainly want to thank you guys if you're listening to the recording, and we'll see who pops in here for live tonight. But we'll probably get. I guess how's things going for you today? Anything good in your holiday season, Dustin? Just as we try to let a couple people filter in.
Yeah. Today I went out with the family. We went bowling and then we went to the Christmas lights and we walked around. The kids got to see Santa and all that jazz. So
sweet. Yeah, we did lights last night, and we were supposed to bake some cookies today. That didn't happen, and I see my wife's in the other room wrapping. We're in the basement, so she's wrapping presents over there in the secret spot, so the kids can't see it, and yeah, just hanging out. Well, I guess we'll get the cookies tomorrow. So we bake a lot of cookies for Christmas.
you'll have to send some to me.
We could do that. I have a package for you, man. It's waiting for something, so you might. I don't know if I'm gonna get it there in time for Christmas, but it'll get there. The good news is that we're waiting, so might be able to sneak some cookies in there, man.
Yeah. Some years we make cookies, some years we don't. It's like we're always busy. There's always something. My wife works on Christmas, a lot.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we do a little bit of traveling. We try to see as many family members as possible. So we hit it pretty hard traveling, which stinks, but we get it done. But yeah, when I say cookies, I mean like a lot of cookies. Like I don't know how many dozen, but many.
Well, a lot of different kinds too, or what?
Yeah, there's we probably do like 6 or 7 different kinds, and 5 or 6 dozen, I'd say, per. So what is that? It's like 40 something dozen or whatever by the time it's all said and done. Chocolate chips. Well, we haven't been doing chocolate chips. We get sugar cookies. We do a lot of sugar cookies. Anyway, whatever. People are here for beer, MicroBrews and Killebrews, right? So let's just pop into that. So we got that out of the way. I see there's at least 2 people in the room. I don't know if that counts you and me. I think it's besides you and me. But anyway, I'm going to start off with mine. So last time I had a brew from the Alchemist in Vermont, a pretty rare one, ranked pretty much number 1. Beer Advocate had it number 1. I think it's the number 1. The other one was the number 1, New England style. This is also a New England IPA. It's ranked number 19th in the world. It's got a score of 100. The alcohol percent on this one is a 7. I believe the last one was an 8. It's classified as an American Indian Pale Ale. We should be looking for kind of gets classified as citrus up front, and it's got Citra and Mosaic hops with a little bit of British malt. So it should be fairly fruity, and this is what we're going to be looking for at least. Kind of a yeasty up front smell, a little fruity, with hints of lemon or passion fruit, and on the aroma, and then the flavor should maybe bring some hints of pineapple and tropical punch, maybe a little bit of blueberry from those Mosaic hops, I believe, are what bring the blueberry flavor. And when most people compare the two, this one is described as juicier and fruitier. So this is Focal Banger. And there's the guy getting his ears blown out, man. Just crazy. Surprisingly, a lot of people seem to like this one a little bit better. It's probably a little bit easier drinking. And again, you're supposed to drink it from the can, but I did bring a glass down just so we could check the head out and the color. for folks that are into that. Let me give it a little pour here. I'm going to try to be a good pourer. I don't want to pour too much in the glass because so there it is. This one's actually maybe a little bit lighter than the other one. Do a little swirl there so you can see the lacing, maybe a little less lacy, if you will. Definitely picking up the citrus for sure. And it does smell a little fruitier. So I like that. And let me give it a sip out of the can real quick. Yeah, just a touch smoother. It's got a little bit of a different finish it to that too. I should taste those side by side, but definitely picking up kind of like a fruity citrus. I'm definitely getting the pineapple.
So pretty fruity,
it's always interesting. It's always interesting to me, like how different people, how it hits your palate. I am definitely getting pineapple on that, and I don't know. Wow, definitely hitting pineapple for me. The pineapple overwhelms the other. I can't. Give me that again, real quick. Man, if there's some blueberry in there, it's like way deep. It's way in there. I can't. It's barely there. The pineapple, for some reason, my palate's really picking up the pineapple. So, not a bad beer at all. So there's mine. I like that. That's pretty good. I'd have to have them side by side to really pick one, but I guess I'd almost pick out the Focal Banger. These are hard. Both of these beers are hard to get. You really can only buy them in Vermont. And they're very selective on where they sell them, so they're very rare. They're hard to get. I mean, if you're in Vermont, they're easy to get if you know where to go, but otherwise, they're fairly rare for the rest of the country. So, I wanted to share those right out of the gate. What do you got tonight?
Okay, I did something kind of similar to what you just did because last week I had Mad Butcher IPA from Mankato Brewery, and today I said I'm not an IPA guy, but I got another IPA from Mankato Brewery. This is a brand new beer, and this is called Galaxy Butcher.
Ooh.
So it says, I'm going to read the can. The Mad Butcher strikes again like a mad scientist mixing in his lab. The butcher looked to the stars for a batch of dazzling Galaxy hops to create this juicy, hazy single hop brew. The Milky Way lights the cosmos, and the citrusy haze of the beer will delight your palate. It's a 6.0, so it's a little bit lighter than the last one. And 63 IBU is supposed to be hazy and citrusy. So
you've got a citrusy one there too. Hey, what's up, Tim? I see Tim from Cornet Collections in. How you doing tonight, Tim?
And I have this glass I have is from another local brewery called Giesenbräu. So when you see that B-R-A-U with an umlaut above the A,
yeah.
A lot of people think that's pronounced brow, but it's actually Broy.
Broy, okay.
Yep.
We're learning lots of things tonight. Broy.
Here's what that looks like. A little bit darker than yours.
Yeah.
Smells really good. Ooh.
I was just doing I had a work meeting this week, and I just found out a company that we work with is based out of somewhere over near Mankato. I got to figure out if I can turn that into a work trip and we can hang out.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I forget which company it was. I had it in my notes, but.
Okay, so this one is pretty similar to the Mad Butcher, but it tastes a little bit more bitter to me. It's not very hard to drink. It's pretty good. I'd say just a tad of bitterness to it.
It's interesting how these guys, they make little tweaks.
Yeah, if it's citrusy at all, it's kind of maybe a grapefruity. I can kind of pick up some grapefruit notes to it.
This one has this one's supposed to have some grapefruit in it too, but the pine, for some reason, on the flavor, the pineapple's heavy for me. These guys, the thing with the Alchemists is they leave all their stuff in their drink. So like if you pour this out in the glass and then you get to the bottom and pour like the last bit out, there'll be a bunch of like resin in there.
Okay.
So they leave like all, I don't know what, they probably put some sort of like bentonite in or something in to kind of I know when I because I make some wine, when I make wine, we put some of that stuff in there to kind of absorb some things. And when you make wine, you rack that out. So you have it in one big glass jar, and then you take it out with a special tube, and you don't take the bottom. You leave the bottom in, so that your next glass is more pure than your previous glass. So I believe in the beer making industry, you can do that as well. You know, when you see some of these big commercial beer companies, you know, ultra filtered or cold filtered or whatever, they're filtering a lot of it out. Where some of these microbrews, they just leave it in and can it. You know, and then you let it sit for a while, and it'll just basically crust to the bottom. But if you try to pound the last bit, you might get some of that out of the can.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think it says it right on here. Yeah, if you must pour into a glass, you may find that some of the hop resins have settled to the bottom. Leave them in the can when pouring. This beer is perishable. It's best when it's young, fresh, and hazy. Keep it cold, but not ice cold. Interesting. I like a good ice cold beer, but I guess if you let it get a little bit warm, it opens up a little bit. It's kind of like a wine. All right, let's see what I got here. So I got this. I'm going to start off with this one here, and I think I showed it I might have showed it on another video. But I picked this one up this week at my local card shop. It says $20 on it, but I think I paid $3 for it or something. The front's in really good shape, but it's got some markings on the back. Somebody with A had it, I guess. So that's the game card there. I like that picture of him.
I love that you picked that card. I kind of giggled because the card on my top of my stack.
Oh my God!
Is this one here?
That is funny, man. That is funny. We can compare notes here. Now yours doesn't have any markings on the back, but it's a blue back. Did these come in maybe a red back too? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they did or not, but
some of them have different colors.
Yeah, they're very condition sensitive. It's pretty hard to find a mint copy of one of these. They're never centered, and
I've become quite the Harmon Killebrew collector now. Like anytime I see it, I just pick it up. I was like, okay, I'm taking that home with me today. Man, I've been reading up on him. I am really becoming a Harmon Killebrew fan, man. This is kind of what I wanted it to do anyway, but this guy is like, I think he's a pretty stand-up dude.
Yeah, very considered to be a very, very, not just a very great ball player, but a great person.
Yeah, so you read some comments on him. It's just like, oh, he's kind of like, you know, some of the younger players that were around in the 80s or 90s, you know, he would still kind of be around, and they kind of considered him like their grandpa, you know, it's just kind of like always just there helping out. So he was born and raised in Payette, Idaho. His dad was a painter and a sheriff. And his dad was, I mean, this is just amazing, but his dad was on the undefeated Millikan college football team. And he played on his Harmon's baseball field that he played on as a kid was the Walter Johnson Memorial. So a great Hall of Famer. Walter Johnson spent some time up in Idaho, and they had named this field after Walter Johnson. This is the field that Harmon grew up playing on, which is just pretty cool. And as a young kid, he worked on a farm, on a dairy farm, milking cows. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I found that to be pretty interesting. Let me get another card up here.
I don't know if you know Brent Near Mint Musings.
Yeah.
He is a Harmon Killebrew collector and a Twins fan, and the reason why is because he has some of his relatives are from Payette, and I think he had an uncle or something that went to high school with the Harmon or something like that.
Okay, yeah. I'm not sure I've ever heard. I know who he is. I know him. He was commenting on my videos a while back, and I think he's slowed. Oh, actually, he just had a video up the other day.
Yeah,
maybe last week.
Had a similar to what we're doing. He had a series called he just called it Killebrews, where he drank a beer and showed off some Harmons.
Oh, so I guess I'm copying him. I apologize. So here's I think there's a 2001 Flear Greats. It's got him in the Senators uniform, and he started out there. Now listen to this: the Idaho Senator was Herman Welker, and when he told the Washington Senator owner, who was Clark Griffith, that you got to check this guy out from my home state. Harmon was playing in a semi-pro league, and he was batting .847 in the semi-pros. So just a really good hitter. He's hitting everything. Pretty crazy. So they went to sign him. Did you know that the Red Sox were trying to sign him?
I did not know
right
that.
out of the gate. And the Senators came in and offered him $50K, which is about $500,000 in today's money. And he went with the Senators, but it was his state senator that promoted him down in D.C.
I believe it was the scout that they sent. I believe was Ozzie Bluege. He used to be a third baseman for the Senators. He was really good player. Great defensive third baseman. And I think that's who they sent as a scout to go in.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So Clark Griffith was the owner of the Senators, and he sent Bougie out to check him out, and they got him locked down for $50K. Did you know he was an All-American quarterback at his high school too?
I think I have read that before. Yeah.
Yep. And he declined a scholarship at the University of Oregon, and just started playing semi-pro baseball.
Okay, I'll show one up here. I have a 2003 Donruss Classics, which I just think is a pretty nice looking card with the brown border and the black and white photo there. It talks about his membership of the 500 home run club. He was the 10th person to hit 500 home runs, and it is numbered out of 2,500.
Ooh, nice.
It says that he averaged a home run every 14.2 at bats in his 22-year career.
Wow. Here, let's see what I got here. I've got a Flear Showcase. I had a bunch of Flears here. So this is 2003 Flear Showcase. Come on. Well, I thought she was going to... I had it tuned in a little bit here. Oh, I just had it. But anyway, that's kind of a classy... I like that one. It's just... real classy looking card. There is some color to it, but everything in the background is black and white. Here's the back here. It's got stat line. What's it got on there? It's got a Royals, 1975 Royals stat line. Only Babe Ruth hit more clouts in American League history than Harmon Killebrew in his .573. Killer produced such a lofty total in part by topping the 40 home run mark 8 times. 59, 61 to 64, 67, and 69 to 70. Man. Killer. And everybody laughs because that's, you read up about him. So I've been starting to read some comments other people had on him, and everybody called, Killer, but like, he was like the nicest person ever. So I just find that absolutely funny that that's what they call him, Killer Brew. But
I have this 2020 Topps Decades Best, and this is actually a chrome finish, and I believe they didn't come out of Topps Chrome. I believe they came out of those 10s. But this one is a gold refractor.
Ooh.
So this one's numbered 21 out of 50.
Man, you're bringing the power tonight.
Nobody hit more home runs than Harmon did in the 60s. Not Willie Mays, not Mickey Mantle, not Hank Aaron. Harmon Killebrew hit the most in the 60s.
Wow, that's pretty cool, man. I mean, people just I was one of them. Like, you just take him for granted. Like oh, Harmon Killebrew, he was good, and and again, I was like, wow, why do I not have any Harmon in here? And it's like, man, the more and more I collect him, it's like, wow, this guy was a really darn good player. And I think that's something that as you move forward, how many of these guys are just going to get lost? It's crazy. Yeah. We have another sip of beer here. This one here, let me see what I got here. This is boy, I hate to say it, man, but if this gets any worse, I'm going to need to start getting a set of readers or something. Why do they? I think it's 2000. This Bowman, it's a Bowman Heritage. Bowman Heritage. Just kind of a portrait of him. You got a field in the back. I don't know. Maybe that's at spring training. Maybe got palm tree. See that palm tree there over his shoulder?
Yep.
So I think that's at spring training. Maybe some of the earlier years.
I might be wrong, but I think that there's a couple different variations of that card. I want to say that there's a photo variation of that, but I guess don't quote me on it. It seems vaguely familiar to me that there's two different versions of that card, I believe.
I'll have to look into that. If I put it here, I can see it. 2003, maybe. That looks like 2003, I think. So I think that's 2003. Well, sometimes they do like black borders and all kinds of weird things. So there's probably something out there.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. Okay. One I got here. Damn it, there's something inside the bag here with it. Well, anyways, it is a 1990... I want to say this is a 95. There's a sticker over where it says the copyright. But anyways, this is a Upper Deck Eagle Ballpark Peanuts. And this is autographed. So they released this set, and I believe they gave them out at ballparks. And Harmon was the only one that had an autographed card in the set that were randomly inserted into packs of these Eagle ballpark snacks. So I just love how he wrote it in silver going across like his leg and that diagonally. I just think it's a really pretty card.
And you had asked me if I had a Harmon autograph last time, and I was like, I don't think so, but I forgot that I did. I had a Perez Steele.
Ooh, nice. I don't even have that one.
He has one of the most beautiful autographs. I mean, beautiful. Now, were those serial numbered or anything? The ones that were autographed or no?
No, they weren't. I don't know what the print run was on them. There is a sticker on here, and I don't think that's a serial. I don't know if that's a serial number or just an authenticity number or what, but I'd probably have to do a little bit more research into them.
Well, I wonder if those have a serial number. It could be a serial number. I'm trying to find a spot for this. Put them in the back there. All right, now I like to have at least one shiny one. So here's my shiny one. And this is going to be 2013 Topps. And I think it was a Chasing History insert. So here's my shiny one. I like it. I like the design on this with the Twins logo. Kind of takes up good space on the card. It's got really nice shine. I mean, I'm trying to get it going here, but man, it's some of these
I like
cards.
that card a lot too. It's a rainbow that you could chase because I think there's like, I want to say there's only like 5 colors, so it's not like a huge rainbow, but it's such a good looking card, and it'd be an interesting rainbow to go after.
I mean, in person, this thing is just beautiful. You know, there's like foily rainbowy cards, and then like, you know, there's like super ones. And I don't know how they make it different, but this thing is just out of control. Oh man, that's one that you could look at, or I could look at all day long.
So is that your last one, or do you got another one?
I got 2 more.
Oh, you got 2 more. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I have. Let me grab. This one's an interesting one.
I'm gonna do a giveaway too.
I'm so ill prepared on these. But anyways, this is from. Okay, it says right there, 1970. So this is a 1970 or 71 Milk Duds.
Oh,
so this
man,
was a
look
Milk
at
Dud container.
I love that crazy stuff.
Some kid cut, or, you know, it's cut very well, so it might have been cut by an adult. But you can find these even graded in the full panel, and they'll just take and unfold the box and flatten it and putting it in a PSA holder or whatever.
Okay.
They're really expensive if they're in their full wrap or full box uncut. But just a blank back is just the inside of the Milk Dud container.
That one almost looks like it was like an unused container, and somebody trimmed it up real good.
Yeah, it's trimmed very nicely, and there's you don't see any like chocolate stains or anything on the back.
Yeah, right. You know, like I know the inside of my Milk Duds box is always like full of chocolate crap all over it. You know, I haven't had Milk Duds in a while.
They're good.
All right, I got 2 more. I'm gonna do a giveaway for somebody that's listening, either here or listening or whatever, because I had 2 of these, and I'm gonna give one away. So let's do that, and then I'll save my one that came in the mail last week for last. This is 2002 Flear. I think it's a Fall Classics or something like that.
Nice.
That's just a real nice picture of his swing. And it's hard to tell, but like the picture of him is kind of like super glossy and the background is matte. Kind of trying to get the right.
So it's almost here. Like a pro debut card almost.
Yeah, it's kind of. I'll tell you, by doing that, it really makes the picture of him pop.
Definitely.
You know, you can see how the background's kind of like a matte, and then he's kind of glossy and full color. I like that card. So I've got 2 of them. So I'm going to give one away. give one away. That's what I'm doing here this month, is giving a bunch of stuff away, trying to get the holiday season going. So we'll just add this into the pile. I didn't really think about what question, but I guess just leave a comment below. Did you like what we're doing? You like the series? Got anything to say about Harman? Whatever. Something you want to see? Any questions you have, just leave a comment, and then we'll let it sit for a couple days, and I'll just lump it in with the other ones. When we're picking a winner, I'll pick a winner out of this one too. So you'll be able to win that card. I'll just PWE it to you. So it's nothing crazy, but that'll be a little card from the series.
All right. That's awesome.
You got any more?
I do have a couple more sitting here.
Okay. So you do a couple. I got one more.
Okay. The first one I'm going to show here, it's not the first one. I guess it's the sixth one. Is a 2003 Topps shoebox collection, rookie reprint.
Ooh.
But the interesting thing about this is it is from the Harman Killebrew collection. So,
oh my God, get out of town.
So this was previously owned by Harman Killebrew.
That is amazing. Now, why did it get an authentic? Were they not grading any of them? They were just putting authentic part of the Killebrew collection.
Right. They're just slabbing it and saying, this is a basically a provenance that this was part of the Harman Killebrew collection.
Gotcha. Wow, man, that's a pretty cool one, man. You got a couple of those, huh?
I don't. I got the one. But
did you have one last week?
I didn't show it last week. I showed it to you afterwards.
Oh. Is that the same one, or you got another one?
That's the same one. When it popped up, like 5 or 6 of them popped up, and I shared them with a couple other Harman Killebrew collectors, and like the 3 of us each bought a different one.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you only have one.
Yeah.
Man, that's pretty cool, though. That is pretty cool. All right, here's my big banger. Well, it's not a big banger, but for me, it's a big banger that came in. This is 2018, I think.
Almost done.
And it's a manufactured deal, but it's the All-Star game. This was really cool for me because it's the 1961 All-Star game, which was played in Boston. And so I picked this up, and so it's manufactured. Let's see if it's going to get it. So it's got a nice picture of Harman there, and then it's got that Red Sox All-Star logo that's kind of like 3D puffy. And if you'll notice, the border on it is black. And here's the back. It's kind of got, I don't want to say Candlestick Park on there, but it said it was Red Sox. I thought this was played in Boston.
Huh.
Yeah, the All-Star game I thought was in Boston. I don't know why they put a candlestick. I never really looked at the bag, but it's numbered 17 out of 99. And so
nice.
I've got, because I got St. Patrick's Day 4-leaf stuff, I've got a whole PC that's things that are numbered 17.
So that's a card for you in a lot of different ways, huh?
So this is like, this one, I saw this one, I was like, that one has to come to my house.
Yeah. Definitely.
Like, that thing has to come into my house, so I just bought it. So that came in the mail, and I am pretty pumped. It is a beautiful card, man. I find it interesting. He's all kind of gripped up on the bats. I don't know what he's kind of just rosining up there, getting some pine tar or something on his hands or something. Getting ready to go, or if I don't know if they were, I mean, he's got a pretty serious look on his face.
He's studying the pitcher or something.
So I don't know what he's doing, but he's really getting on that bat. But you know, it had the Red Sox in there. It had the 17. I'm really confused now, though. I like I said, I got it in the mail and I wanted to share it, you know, on this, and I haven't looked at it really. But commemorative patch, Candlestick Park, July 11th, 1961, which would have been the All-Star game, I believe. Well, you show a card, I'm going to get the Google fired up because now I'm just like really confused.
Okay, the last card that I'm going to show tonight is not the reprint, but the actual 55 Topps Harmon rookie.
That's a beauty.
So this one is in a PSA 2. I don't know, maybe I'll upgrade it someday, but this is one that I had raw and I submitted it myself. It looks good. It presents really well. Right there, it's got like a water stain or something. I think that's probably the main reason. There is a slight wrinkle up here by his hat, but, you know, and it's off-centered. But it's still pretty bright and presents really well.
This is a really nice copy.
So, yeah, I was very, very glad to get that. I bought it very cheap. So that's all I got to show today. What'd you find out? Anything yet?
Well, it says it was July 11th in Candlestick Park, but then something else comes up for the Red Sox. There was 2 All-Star games.
Oh, yeah, yep. We should have thought of that. Back then, I did.
The second game was played in Fenway Park in Boston on July 31st, 1961. Now that is interesting. So this card on the front is commemorating the second All-Star game, and the back is a kind of like a ticket from Candlestick Park, which was the first All-Star game, and it makes no mention of that on the card. They had a real opportunity there to talk about some history. But yeah, so there was 2 All-Star games.
Yeah, I know for quite a while they did 2 All-Star games.
Yep. Listen to this. The one in Fenway was the first All-Star game to end in a tie.
Oh.
And there was no other game that ended in a tie until 2002.
Yeah, and then I believe they tried to come up with a rule. They made a rule that whoever won it got to be home field advantage for that league or something in the World Series. They did that for I don't know how long, but I think they dropped that rule too.
Man. So they played one at a National League park, and then they played one at an American League park. East-West?
So how many days apart did you say that was? It was like July 11th and then like July 28th or something?
The 31st, I think.
That's really odd that they space them like that.
20 days apart, and I wonder if it's just how they could do it, you know.
You'd think they either put them like really close together or one in the middle of the season, one at the end of the season, something like that, you know? Instead of
I don't know. I mean, you got to get all those players in, right?
Yeah. Well, anyways, I guess that's about all I got for tonight.
It's funny. You look it up, though.
I can hear that smoke alarm chirping still.
Oh, my God. I can't find it. I still can't find it. All-Star game number 2. National and American. Now they had, let's see here. This is a real interesting. We should probably, you don't want to take everybody's time, but National League pitchers in the first game: Spahn, Perky, McCormick, Face, Koufax, and Miller. And then the second game, Perky, Mahaffey, Koufax, and Miller. So they had a little bit different pitching staff. Let's see what the Cepeda. It's interesting to see the lineups a little bit. Man, the Tigers were stacked on that team. Anyway, a little bit of history there for everybody. Yeah, so those are the cards I got. Here's the beer again. If anybody's just wanting a summary on that, it's a Focal Banger from The Alchemist in Stowe, Vermont. This one
I had
drank
Galaxy
a little bit,
Butcher from Mankato Brewery.
And if you guys want to win that card there, it'll just be at PWE. Just leave us a comment. I'll pick out a winner, and we'll go from there in a couple of days. So that's it. I certainly appreciate hanging out with you, buddy, tonight. We kind of had to work to make it happen, but we did. And it's been great going over some Killebrew cards and drinking a beer with you, man, even though it's virtual.
Definitely. Yeah, we got to have one in person again someday.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I know it. So there we go, guys. Appreciate all you folks that logged in live. We certainly appreciate your time doing that. And if you're watching this as a recording, we appreciate your time as well.
Yeah, thanks a lot for watching, man, everybody.
That's all I got. I guess if you guys are open anything, best of luck to you guys. Don't forget to collect to connect and have an awesome evening.
See you later.
Anything?
Nope.
See you later. We'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.